Welcome to Astronomy 1314. I am Mr. Pollard. I am the instructor for this course. I am a public school teacher. I've taught for 19 years, some high school, some middle school, um, science classes in high school. Right now, I'm running a STEM program at Emerson Middle School here in Enid. That's a little bit about me. This is year 15 teaching classes for Northwestern. So Um, we have made the switch to Canvas in place of Blackboard. So I am now going to share my screen. We'll go over a few things, kind of the basics of Canvas, and cover a few things about the class. So I'm going to share my screen to you. Okay. Okay, so here is when you log in to Canvas. This is what you should see when you log in for the astronomy class. Okay. Um, The main link right here that you're probably going to use is just the getting started. They all lead to the page that's going to pop up next, but if you click getting started, it takes you to the beginning and it'll have everything. So click getting started. Internet's being slow, I guess. Okay. Now I'm going to click view as student so you guys will see what you will see. All right. So, instructor introduction, that I believe will be a link to this video that you're watching now. Course expectations, this will go over kind of the expectations for this. And then office hours, well, it's online. I don't have office hours, so my email will be the way to reach me. Okay. Here is some resources. You click here to take you to some Canvas resources, just to kind of help you with Canvas a little bit. It's really pretty simple. All of this is the main page. You just click to get started. So this is everything. Okay. Here is the contact me. If you click on that, it will open the page. Okay. Tells you a little bit about me. Again, like I said, I've been, 19 years in the classroom, teaching STEM classes right now. Married, have 3 children, two grandchildren. Like to fish and camp kind of in our free time. Here is my email, bapolwart@nwosu.edu. That is your number one way to contact me. Should you need anything, email me. I check it multiple times a day. I will try to respond within 24 hours. Okay. If it's something that we can't resolve via email, we can schedule a Zoom and then we can face to face and figure out whatever it is we need to do. Okay. But email will be the way to reach me. Um, get down to, I'll let you guys read through some of this. This is all just, this course discussion board is just a general chat board. It's, you guys can post if you can help, if you have a problem or something. I typically not use much. This is all online course information like ADA accommodations, minimum technical requirements, those sorts of things. You guys can explore those. I'm going to get down to the main of the parts for this course. So here is the astronomy syllabus. So click on that. It will pull up the syllabus. Okay, here is the syllabus. Again, this is General Astronomy 1314. Okay, again, there's my email, bapolwart@nwosu.edu. Okay, I don't have office hours because, again, I'm working remote from my home in Enid. The textbook is listed right here, Astronomy, the Universe at a Glance. Okay. goes through all the normal stuff that you guys can read. I'm not going to make you listen to me read it to you. And your learning objectives. Okay, here is evaluation and grading. Just want to point this part out. Participation, which is the discussion boards, there's 15 of those. There's 4 exams, and then there's 12 chapter quizzes. Okay, you can see I drop a few of those. I'll do that at the very end of the semester when I'm calculating grades. 14 lab reports. You have 1 project, and there's your total points. Standard 10% grading scale, 90% above the A, 80% above the B, so on and so forth. If you have a complaint, please let me have a chance to resolve it first. There's the protocol. This kind of just goes into some of the details about this different subcategories. Okay. I do want to point out test 2 is the test that must be proctored. Okay. So you can either take it at a test taking center or a test taking site, or you can use the Respondus lockdown browser and it will lock down your computer and then you can take it that way wherever you're at, on your own time. Okay. That's usually the most popular way, because then if you want to take your test at 10 p.m. at your house, you can do so. Okay. Okay, the laboratory, there is a lab component to all this. You must do that part also. Okay. And then your other familiar stuff. And then here at the very bottom, I have the class and lab schedule of when everything is due. Okay, you can see all those. Okay. And then the final exam due date is there too. Okay. So that's the syllabus. Go back to our main screen here. Okay. So here is, well, keep jumping around on me. Here is the class schedule. That is what was there at the bottom of the syllabus. This will have all your due dates for your different assignments. And I'll kind of go through that and get more in depth here in a second. So you can see it listed all out, plain as day, on the day that it's due. Okay. You'll see all your tests have windows. Like the test 1 opens June 9th and it closes June 14th. Okay. Test 2, that's your proctored one. It opens June 23rd, closes June 26th. Okay. So be sure you're paying attention to all this. I will post weekly announcements on here that will list everything due for that week. Okay. So you'll also have that to go off of too. Here is your lab schedule and materials. Okay. This is going to list out what is due and when, and the materials needed to do it. Okay. So you can see lab 1, lab 1 and lab 2 are due June 8th. What materials you need. Okay. I will tell you, this is a 16-week course normally, and we only have 8 weeks in the summer, so we'll be doing 2 weeks of work every week. So that's why you're having lab 1 and 2 due on June 8th. Lab 3 and 4 due June 15th. So, so on and so forth. So you have 2 of those every week also. Okay. Okay. So in that section, you got your syllabus, class schedule, and your lab schedule materials. Okay. After that point, you kind of get everything broken down into test blocks. So like test 1 material, that's all of this all the way down to test 1. Okay. I'll come back to this moon project here in a second. Test 2, this is everything you cover all the way down to test 2. Okay. And then there's your test 4 material. Okay. And there'll be test 3 on here too. I may not have it published yet, but it'll be there too. Now, the moon project. Okay. This is due July 17th, and it takes a few weeks to do because you got to do moon observations every night for, you have to, I think it's 3-4 weeks. Okay. So you're going to have to get started on this fairly quick. I will post reminders weekly on this. Okay. You click here, this will tell you all about the project. There's a video going over it which is this link right here. your instructions, and here's the grading rubric. And then this drop box is simply just where you turn in your work from this. Okay. Um, yeah, you can read through that. It's pretty self-explanatory once you read it, and you just do it. But don't wait until July 9th and thinking you're going to get this done by July 17th. Okay. Um, Outside of that, it's just going in, doing your work every week, um, and getting it turned in. Now, I do not accept late work. Okay. A lot of this stuff, it like once it's the due date's over, it drops off of here. Okay. We do not take late work. Okay. You have to do the work when it's due. Okay. Now, if you have some extenuating circumstances and know ahead of time, and we'll work with you, but um, don't disappear for 3 weeks and then come to me, last week of class saying, "Oh, can I go back and make up those 3 weeks I missed?" The answer is no. We're not doing that. You must have work in on time. Okay. Um, yeah, so get on here, explore, check some of this stuff out. We're off and running. If you have questions, shoot me an email, and I will do anything within my power to help you be successful in this class. So I hope you guys have a great semester. And if you need anything, please reach out. Have a great one, guys.